Welcome back, Overwatch fans, to another amazing night.
We have a fantastic match tonight, no question about it.
Oh my god, yes!
But the barrage! Make sure they can't even follow up afterwards.
And Watchers found 2 in this fight thus far. Make that 3, make that 4 right now here. Dynamic team gets a 4-man tire.
Those who find the picks will save the fights, and they don't really need to save what they've already won.
100 gets 3 with the primal rage.
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Transcendence tier feature match this evening. I am Mr. Yeti. Joining me tonight is Ty Munster on the analyst desk. How you doing, Ty?
Pretty good. I had an alright day at work today. Started my new job a couple months ago. I don't believe... Okay, I don't even remember. But I've been having a really good... I'm forgetting to mention so... No, it's fine. I have been having a really good day. A couple things happened earlier this week. Some good, some bad. We take what we can get. And honestly, I'm very excited to see how tonight's match goes between Zeus and Arcadia.
Well, I'm glad he had a smooth day today. I know this afternoon we had a lot of close shaves in the Harmony tier EU feature match. So coming up now to the Transcendence tier match today, it should be an exciting one for sure. Today we bring you the matchup of 2 teams who haven't had a win yet in Stage 2, but both showed a lot of promise in Stage 1. That is Reckless Arcadia taking on Zeus tonight, and it should be a great one. Reckless Arcadia is 4-3 on the season, and Zeus is 3-4 overall. Both these teams with a lot to prove, trying to go out here and try to prove a little bit of something, that they have a little bit of fire in them before we get into the playoffs coming up here next week. So lots of excitement going on. Not huge stakes today, but nonetheless, a lot of respect both these teams have to be looking for here.
Yeah, I mean, stakes are stakes, and you know, getting to be 5-3 for the season is pretty good for Arcadia if that's what they can manage. But both of these teams, like you said, winless so far. I believe Zeus hasn't won a map, and Arcadia, I believe, has. I will double check that. But okay, Stage 2. I mean, in Stage 2, Zeus hasn't won a map. Obviously, they've won maps before, considering the fact that they're 3-4 across the whole season.
Right.
But they've been in a really tough group, I should mention, between Epizeuxis and Devil Dukes above them. Those are 2 of the best teams that we have in all of Tranquility, so it's definitely no surprise to me that these are 2 teams that are still looking for their first Stage 2 win, starting on Oasis.
Yep, Oasis here is the map of the week to kick things off here. And both teams obviously have, like I said, stakes are still stakes. You want to come out here. And honestly, for Zeus, is try to get one on the board here early, you got to imagine, to get ahead here. There's definitely some players to watch here, some fantastic players overall on all of these teams. A few of these players also up for awards. Actually, the entirety of the roster for Reckless Arcadia up for best of in their role awards this season. Particularly taking a close look, obviously, at Sir Olin, a long-timer here in Tranquility. Over on Zeus's side, they have a Tranquility veteran as well in the form of Dragon, the fantastic hit scan, Krowski as well, and PM Doggy, a fantastic Reinhardt player. But here we go, Ty. We are on Oasis University. We see the ball composition coming out now from Reckless Arcadia, and coming out over here on Zeus's side, bringing in the brawl with a little Doomfist action here. Going to be a little tough to handle this ball composition when you are rocking this kind of brawl, as Arcadia looking to set up some angles here, while Thanatos goes ahead and tries to pick off some kills early. They find Dragon and Krowski there with a huge concussive blast, and Thanatos right now is setting up to get some more kills. We see a huge biotic grenade there from Sir Olin to open the door here for Thanatos to finish it off, and that's going to be a quick first take here for Reckless Arcadia.
1A3 opens up with a great pick onto Teske, but Thanatos, man, I don't know where I've seen this player before, but the name is super familiar to me. I swear I've either played with them or casted them before. It's a super familiar name. And they just blow them all out of the water early on. Mercy Ana is a very vulnerable backline, though, so the Tracer Sombra switch up, as well as Zenyatta to get a Discord onto a specific target, can be really dangerous.
Thanatos right now is sitting on that barrage here. With the damage coming in from Kroski, affected from the sky there, Tescu does find M1A3 winning that Tracer battle right there. Trying to protect the Ana is Reef, successful thus far. They dive onto the point and find Tescu as well, but right now the kills are all blue in the kill feed as Arcadia starts sweeping up the leftovers here. Thanatos doesn't even have to use that barrage yet, and that's going to mean Reckless Arcadia continues to hold here, 46% and counting.
Sleep Dart from Surlin to take out PM Doggio off the map. I don't even think we noticed that earlier. And PM Doggio caught a little bit out of position here by Hureg and Teske, but Hureg, 37 HP!
Hureg just barely able to get out of there right now. The point starts to flip briefly, but Arcadia is right back in there. The nano boost now on to Thanatos, and those directs are hitting, and the very, very high barrage comes in from Thanatos, but it finds 3, and a great play there from Reckless Arcadia, and the point continues to tick in their favor as they get Sir Olin up off the ground. It's been pretty clean so far for Arcadia.
You've heard of High Noon. Get ready for the High Boom as Thanatos used that barrage really high up. 3 ults used that fight for Arcadia, but they do have 3 more in the bag. The comp swap that Zeus did at the time, they're going to have most of their ults coming up. Critically, this EMP, which there's no counter for on the other side. Minefield and Bomb can cause some real havoc as well.
Right now, EMP in from Dragon only connects with the front line here, but it is going to be enough to put the front line down really low, and Sir Olin eats a pulse bomb from N1A3, and there's the flip, and Zeus finally starts getting some percentage on the board here. N1A3 in the Tracer duel with Tescu comes out on top there, and Zeus finally in control here, but everything they do will be a last fight scenario now for Zeus.
Yeah, they did invest a decent amount with the mines. EMP and Pulse Bomb gone. Transcendence is up and running. And the EMP did force the tanks from Arcadia to not invest too hard. Both the mines and bombs still available on the other side. Good engagement tools, good potential positioning early as well with Thanatos already getting this left-hand side.
All right. Right now sitting really good here for Reckless Arcadia as they, for Zeus. And we see Dragon gets the kill onto Sir Olin now. That's going to put, again, Arcadia on their back foot here as they continue to try to poke here with Thanatos, build up that barrage. See a big self-destruct come in from Reef, not finding any targets, however. And Dragon, unfortunately, losing to the Diva there on that and is taken down. Thanatos now sitting on that barrage, and there it is. They find the Zenyatta sitting very alone as Hureg comes in with the proximity mines as well. And Reckless Arcadia looking to plant themselves right back on this point here. The point is split now, and the overtime wick is ticking. And a Reckless Arcadia will finish this one off here with a relatively comfortable win here on Oasis.
Against their namesake, Reckless Arcadia looking very measured and very calculated with their play in the first round. Pharah can do a lot of crazy things, but mostly the sort of, not really passive, but aggressive, measured playstyle you want to see from a Pharah. Now deciding to switch things up, potentially a mirror. Mercy doesn't have a great pocket, so I'm probably going to switch over to a Brigand Zen at this point. And it was a really good swap from Zeus over to the ball comp, but that's just another example of why on control, if you start out on the wrong comp, you're probably losing the whole round.
Absolutely, and that was an unfortunate situation there, but we see ball comps now for both teams here, both PM Doggy and Hureg out here on the Wrecking Balls now. We see a bit of a difference on DPS with Thanatos bringing out the Sombra and Dragon going over to the Ashe, so a bit of a different look here for these teams, and obviously completely different support lines as well, so very different play styles for both these teams despite similar tank lines. The hack is attempted to come in from Thanatos, not finding anything except the spawn room, and a brutal first death there for Thanatos. Unfortunate to go down so early in this fight. And we see Zeus now in control, moving on to the point here. And Tescu evens the score immediately, however, with a big kill onto PM Doggy. Losing that main tank means a lot less point presence now for Zeus, with Tescu coming up huge right there, finishing that one off. They do get the res onto PM Doggy, however, and Zeus now pressuring that point. With Reckless Arcadia now looking to return the favor. M1A3 with the pulse bomb, not finding anything, but he does. Wyfangian, unfortunately, shield bash right over the bomb, and they are taken down. But Tescu finds 2. The kills right now are trading back and forth with no clear winner, and it looks like Arcadia is going to emerge from this fracas as the team to take this first cap.
Felt like M1A3 was the only tracer on the battlefield, but Tescu eventually started evening the score and surpassing the opponent's tracer, getting a ton of value out of the tracer pick, build up an early pulse bomb, and used it. I don't remember where it went. M1A3 did get the break in the middle of the fight, but Tescu just started popping off as the fight went on. That's the kind of thing you need from your tracers in these comps, relying on them to make those big plays.
And Tescu there comes up big again. The tracer from Tescu has been fantastic so far. Krosky taken down, the big source of healing down now for Zeus here. And Tescu continues to be a menace on this tracer as they take down Dragon as well. That's 2 kills there, critical kills for Tescu, and that's going to open up the floodgates now for Arcadia as they continue to pressure back all the way to the spawn room practically there for a brief moment before Zeus is able to get a full reset in.
You can't really mirror this comp if you don't have the better tracer, and Tescu is punishing the enemy team right now. Every single opportunity that they have to get a kill, they are sinking their teeth into. And Thanatos is doing a really good job following up as well. Tescu feels like a dominant presence on the battlefield that's going to be really hard to mirror into this. Baptiste needs to find some big value that Zenyatta can't. This window needs to be big.
Thanatos now with that EMP. It's a very critical ultimate here. They use the EMP on the point here, negating those mines for at least a brief period of time, but not really connecting with too much in the form of the players on their team there. Tescu and Thanatos right there are both just being an absolute menace right now onto Zeus. Anytime somebody's trying to flank, they're both right there to meet them. So impressive play from both of them. And the stick onto the shield, not connecting with the player though, however. M1A3 does take down Thanatos, so a little breath of life now for Zeus, but they desperately need it. Wyfangian is taken down by Krosky, and that is now a tough spot here suddenly for Arcadia as they have them, as Zeus has them back on the ropes here. But a huge bomb from Astrozerg is gonna put PM Doggy on the ground now, and Sir Olin finishes off Dragon. The rally back from Arcadia is on right now as Tescu looks for another target, building towards another pulse bomb, and they can't find anything quite yet. They're working their way through yet another player, and here we go again. The Baptiste now taken down as well. Tescu continues to be an absolute force right now on this tracer with the stick onto the wrecking ball as well, and Tescu putting on an absolute clinic right now on the tracer, and it's going to be Arcadia taking this first map.
Take that as a lesson, kids. Better tracer could just win games sometimes. Tescu just takes the lobby into their own hands and wins Oasis all on their own. Thanatos took University, but it was all Tescu by the time it came to that second round, and just an excellent performance from that tracer player. That was elite from Tescu.
Tescu obviously fantastic on that second map. First map was very much the Thanatos show, however, and Zeus gonna look down to have to rally back after that very impressive first map from Reckless Arcadia right now here early on in this match. Like we said before, this is the final week, however, before the playoffs, which means brackets are right around the corner, guys. As a reminder, on Monday, we have our Bracketology Spectacular, a combined broadcast of Predicting Tranquility and the Iris podcast, where we will break down the entirety of every single bracket, start to finish, and talk about our predictions there. So something to look forward to. Be sure to tune in at 9 o'clock Eastern time on Monday. And as a reminder as well, tomorrow we have the feature match in the Discord tier as well. You're not going to want to miss that. That's Domination taking on Frost Surge. So that'll be the final match broadcasted here this season on this channel. So something to be excited about, certainly moving on. But with it being playoffs, there's a lot to play for all across the tier, Ty. This is a big week for a lot of teams, a lot of stakes, people fighting for first seeds, people fighting for buys, people fighting just to stay alive in the playoffs, Ty. This is a huge week.
Yeah, I mean, you got some excellent things coming up, but right now it's a lot of concern to have on your current game to get yourself as good of a map score and as good of a match score as you possibly can. Arcadia looking to set themselves up, as I already said, 5-3 is a great record to head into playoffs. I believe that puts you comfortably in around the 6th position in the upper bracket, if I'm not mistaken. And meanwhile, if you do end up going 4-4, like the potential is for Zeus,
yeah,
then that
right.
should put you somewhere a little bit lower, but still very comfortable.
The winner of this match gets the 5th seed. The loser of the match gets the 6th seed. It's very,
That was
very
a good guess, then.
It's very, very, very simple stakes on the line in this match here. Taking a look around right now, I'm seeing a lot of different scores kind of starting to funnel through the match sheets. As you know, in the Harmony tier, Koala King sits up 2-0 against Luminous Foxes. Big Bang Buccaneers up 2-0 over Strix. In the Transcendence tier, Carnage and Decapitator sitting tied at 1-1 as well. Harmony or Discord tier, Seal Team Spuds up 2-0 over Redacted. I'm keeping an eye on a lot of scores right now, trying to relay them over to playoff seedings because I know there's a lot of people who are very curious to see where these teams end up. And as a reminder, I'm on a 30-minute delay, so you're going to be hearing this 30 minutes after these facts are true. So deal with it.
Yeah, so at this point, half these teams have already done reverse sweeps, so what's the point?
Exactly. And in Harmony tier right now, it looks like Boop is about to go 1-1 against 3.5 as well. That match, by the way, biggest stakes of the entire night. That one, along with a couple others, that one, the winner will go to the playoffs and the loser will be eliminated. So big stakes there. 3.5 and Boop tied 1-1 right now in their matchup. And I'm just kind of paging through streams and paging through match sheets, trying to see what I can find, and I'll keep you guys updated throughout the night. But right now we got this match in front of us, and we're heading to Temple of Anubis, Ty.
And fun fact, if I'm not mistaken, Zeus has drawn over half of their controls so far this season, in general, if I'm not mistaken. And that's at least what, the producer says. So if you can find any counter arguments, then I didn't make the mistake, he did. Yell at Booth. Sorry, assault, not control. You can't tie control. I'm going crazy.
You're losing your mind.
Yeah, I'm losing my mind. I wonder why, but I think the players are losing their minds because they're playing something that I very rarely see, a Winston defense with an Echo but no mercy. If you lose a single player here, which is extremely likely because of how aggressive you need to play this comp, you can just lose the defense right there.
Exactly. This one's a very, very tough lineup to run here. No question about it. But here we go. Nonetheless, we see them pretty much relatively similar comps here from both teams. I do like that Tescu Tracer back at it one more time. It was so effective on the last match. I figured why not do it twice? As they find PM Doggy stuck in a corner there. PM Doggy able to leap out, however. And Tescu continues to put in the damage. And the stalemate is on right now as Thanatos tries to get healed up. But there's the big sticky onto PM Doggy. But M1A3 wins the battle of the Echoes to start us off here, Ty. And it looks like with that, we see the aggression now start to come in from Zeus as they look to turn the tides of this matchup here. M1A3 right now getting very close to that copy as well, very early on here with only 50 seconds expired so far. The reinforcements are on their way. They got to finish something off real quick. Otherwise, Thanatos is going to be back. Thanatos is back, and they take down Kroski. M1A3 finishes off Thanatos again. And Hureg trying to get on the supports right now, but they cannot. And it looks like Zeus is in control finally, and they will take this first... Ty, am I speaking too soon again?
I don't even know at this point. I mean, you can really see the difference a Mercy can provide to an Echo, but, I mean, with all these players in a room, even if the Winston somehow doesn't cleave through them all, the Primal Rage is here. He'll be able to get these kills eventually.
Eventually, you got to think, but there goes your Ana as well. Kroski bites the dust, which means PM Doggy is feeling awfully alone right now without their Ana on the point. But PM Doggy pops the Primal Rage, puts Hureg in a corner, and Hureg is taken down, and that's going to be Zeus finally with the first cap. But, for what it's worth, still 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and M1A3 had just killed 2 players of the remaining 3 before PM Doggy popped that Primal. That's something I think you're going to want back. But you do have 5 ults up in just a second compared to just the Rally on the other side. Rally can be dangerous, but 5 volts can also be very dangerous.
M1A3 onto the Winston now, gets into the back line, pops the Primal Rage, and begins to dissect the back line of Reckless Arcadia. M1A3 now moves forward, looking for the Echo, not finding anything, but unfortunately for Zeus, didn't really get the opportunity to aggress off of that. However, Thanatos goes down again. M1A3 now with a 3rd kill on the Thanatos there, winning the aerial battle for sure. But despite this, there's really no follow-up right now from Zeus. Here comes the self-destruct, but Tescu finds 2! And I keep thinking this fight's gonna keep moving forward, but it's almost like every time M1A3 gets in there and gets a little bit of aggression, gets a little bit of damage, nobody's following up on it.
Q is insane right now. Wins his team Oasis that second round almost single-handedly, and then wins his team with the defense of Temple of Anubis in the second fight that they have. There's less than 4 minutes left. They're staggering the baby diva. This can go on forever.
It seems like it could go on together. This is an impressive situation right now. It looks like that Tescu is looking around for another target here, trying to find somebody else he can stick another bomb to. Hureg is on the high ground there, receives the nano boost and begins pushing into the back line of Zeus. But Hureg is slept and is isolated away, not able to find any targets to get on, so that nano boost rendered ineffective thanks to a great sleep by Kroski. The team's reset.
Yeah, with your back against the wall, the Brig can do a lot more work, and the copy as well from Thanatos, trying to go aggressive, get this backline a little bit of trouble.
And there we see Thanatos in the backline causing some problems, pops the Primal Rage, and begins the work of completely annihilating Zeus there, sends them to the underworld, and Thanatos finishes that one off there nicely. M1A3, however, still going to work right now. Finds Sir Olin, but M1A3 is now set back to the spawn room, and that is going to spell the end here for Zeus on this attack, and Arcadia continues to hold strong here on point B.
The simple rule of 2CP, if you're going even, you're not. What the 2 kills went through from both sides, you can already tell for a fact that Zeus was winning that fight handily. And yeah, Thanatos, he does deliver people to the underworld. He doesn't keep them there like Hades. So that is actually what it is. You got that right. You didn't even know what Thanatos was before the stream started. I'm proud of you for that.
All right, now here we are. M1A3 again has been very strong so far on this Echo. Tescu, however, proves continued dominance on that Tracer. It takes down Kroski. Tescu again finds another. Tescu doing absolute domination right now of Zeus. This is an absolute Tracer clinic.
The Tracer from Arcadia is a menace right now. I have not seen a performance so dominant in a series in a long time in Tranquility or Overwatch in general. The guy is farming! And speaking of farming, you got a nano monkey in your backline and your grandma! She's dead!
Grandma is down right there as Tescu finishes them off again. Tescu is just making Kroski just have a bad day right now. You see copy now from M1A3, however, is going to try to continue to aggress on this. M1A3 trying to make something happen. They push over to point here, and they start with Primal Rage as well. M1A3 not giving up on this despite the numbers disadvantage, and it looks like that ult ends up going to waste, unfortunately.
Go to waste, but at least you reset the tempo. You've been having Arcadia come into your face every single fight, and it's just not stopping. Thanatos gets M1A3 again.
M1A3 down again as Thanatos on the Echo right now, turning the tides of that battle there. And we see just a controlling defense right now for Arcadia here on point B.
Yeah, I mean, Winston comps typically do not succeed super well on second point Temple of Anubis. They can, for sure. You see it a lot in Overwatch League, but this is just playing it to a T. I'm surprised that there's been no adaptations to a potential Brig from the other side. I said earlier Mercy can work great with an Echo, but when you're getting your face smushed in like it's a marshmallow, then sometimes you need that little bit of an extra backbone, and Mercy doesn't provide that nearly as well as a Brig.
We see Hureg now receive the nano boost there, finds Kroski one more time. Kroski on the ground here for Zeus, as Zeus tries to push to the point here with only 10 seconds to go. And it just all seems for naught as Arcadia continues to pile on right now. Thanatos with the copy onto the Winston is just in control here and we see Thanatos eventually taken down by M1A3, but Hureg on the Winston hits a couple there, and Tescu whiffs the pulse bomb. Haven't seen much of that tonight from them, but they finish off Broski there as well, and despite really a fantastic first attack from Zeus, Arcadia just comes out on top.
What a clinic they put on, like you said earlier. Reckless Arcadia playing that composition again. Zero recklessness. Everything feels calculated and coordinated on the second point. The first point looked super sloppy from them to start off, losing their echo early, but they pulled it through in the end on second. A lot of people say first point doesn't really matter because you're going to lose it eventually. I disagree with that notion a little bit, but that is that ideology to a T. Zeus need to have a good defense to force that first point now. You can't give up first, because the moment you go to second, you're either losing or drawing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here we are now with our opportunity for a 2-0 lead for Arcadia, and they're going to come out again on a Winston composition. This time, Thanatos bringing out the Genji. Are we going to see a Genji, or are we being trolled? That is the question. The eternal question of the caster these days is, are we actually going to see the Genji, or are we being trolled?
Could be. Astrozerg on Azaria with a double bubble is definitely possible.
Oh, now we're seeing now we're seeing an Orisa.
Well,
we're getting trolled a little bit.
I mean, I kind of hope Thanatos pulls out the Genji. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's actually pretty okay in these situations. It's not perfect, but it looks like Thanatos is pulling it out. Let's go!
Let's go! The Genji here on point A of Anubis. Gotta love it when you see it, guys. That here we are. Thanatos brings out the Genji, and that means the Nano Blade. Although it's probably not going to be, they're probably going to Nano the Winston. I don't really know what's going to happen here. I don't know what Genji's place is in general right now. Here we are, Ty. Here we are.
Select screen. That's his place.
Absolutely. Thanatos now is looking to build up that blade as quickly as possible, but Dragon now on the Tracer wins the Tracer battle with Tescu taking them down. It is now a good start here for Zeus on this defense as PM Doggy finishes off Thanatos as well. It's going to be a tough one for Thanatos to really get in there on this Genji as Zeus continues to pile on the aggression right now. Dragon working their way towards their first pulse bomb.
I mean, that's a great pick. The main tank gone in an unresable position for Boopy. Or Boopery. He got a combo on the field pretty quick from M1A3 too. And Hureg is just killing everything right now. That's 3 kills from him so far.
All right, and we taking a look now at Hureg on the point here. And they do get very close to that primal rage, but it doesn't look like they're going to need it. They're on the hunt for an Echo, and Echo does get the pulse. Ooh, Hureg gets caught out, unfortunately, there by M1A3 and Reef, and that does mean now suddenly the opening is in play for Zeus to get back in control. Tescu taken very low is managed. I'm sorry. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I did not expect Zeus to round that one back.
Yeah, that's an incredible performance. Hureg is wishing he had an itchy trigger finger. Sometimes being patient is the worst possible situation, and Hureg learned that the hard way. No primal means no main tank, means that re-engage is entirely possible. Patient Zeus wins them the fight.
Absolutely, right now, great opportunity for Zeus here, trying to find a way to clutch out this first hold and win this point away from Reckless Arcadia right now. That blade is going to be an ult. We're going to watch very carefully, however. Dragon has the pulse bomb, and Tescu had one as well, but it's just sitting in the sand. And unfortunately for Arcadia, they're going to have to back it right back up again. See pulse or self-destruct now in play. PM Doggy brought extraordinarily low, but is going to quickly be healed back up by the support line of. And here comes the Nano Blade. Here it is, the forbidden Nano Blade now in for Thanatos. Finds one, finds the second. The support line for Zeus is down, and the Nano Blade executed beautifully with the support line drop now for Zeus. And Arcadia is in control now and will take this first point.
From that one, Thanatos with the blade is immaculate, gets both supports, the Valkyrie as well. Not going to have that tool available, not going to have the copy available. Pulse Bomb used, Primal used. you have nothing but hopes and dreams if you're on the defense, and you know, a little bit of HP stolen from Hureg, but what?
Hureg, oh, really? Thanatos takes down Dragon, and that is a brutal start here for Zeus. Unfortunately, losing their Tracer early here. PM Doggy, though, receives a nano boost from Kroski, but is dropped and decimated there by Arcadia, despite getting in the back line and causing a lot of damage. Pulse Bomb in from Tescu, not finding anything on this one, but a big Biotic Grenade takes Reef down extremely low here, and the point is just, quite frankly, abandoned by Zeus, as Arcadia will take Temple of Anubis.
Arcadia with another dominant map when it feels. They had a little bit of struggles on first point. Zeus showing plenty of signs of life, but in the end, it's all Reckless Arcadia taking the round and taking the further lead in the series. And God, what a good performance from Tescu so far. He's really just leveled up his performance.
Tescu looking fantastic here tonight, of course. Really a complete map win there for Reckless Arcadia, bringing out a ton of different looks and some fun, very interesting compositions as well, putting the Nano Blade to use. Haven't seen that one in a while, but it's on the table, and here we go. Very, very good first couple points here for Reckless Arcadia. And Ty, I think we're going to go ahead and head over to halftime now. We'll take a 10-minute halftime. We'll be right back, and maybe we'll talk about some scores that are going on out there in Tranquility tonight.
Situation. We don't spend time hesitating, and I wouldn't say we're crazy in love, I would just say we're crazy enough. Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. You just feel it all too. Cause girl, you're comfortable, let's go. Feel so good just when I roll through. And I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me get you on the cold. Baby, I'm with you if you gon' be down. Cause girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. Girl, you're just so comfortable. I hope that you just feel it out too. You're just so comfortable. Cause girl, you're comfortable. It just feels so good just when I roll through. And I just think it's so crazy what you do to me. Girl, you're the baddest thing, you know that. That's true. And I really need you to show it. So turn around, let me catch you on the cold air. I don't know what you do. Yeah. Let me get you on the cold air.
And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around with us tonight. We got Reckless Arcadia up 2-0 over Zeus in this matchup here to determine the 5th seed on this side of the bracket in the Transcendence tier. Close. It's been an interesting one so far, with Tescu and Thanatos kind of taking over so far. But that score, despite being 2-0, can't count out Zeus yet. I feel like Zeus has a lot left in the tank here, and I would expect them to come back big coming up here to our next map.
Yeah, Zeus definitely feels like they're starting to get their second win coming up after that pretty decent performance on Temple of Anubis. They did kind of flop around a little bit on Oasis, but definitely, like you said, potential to really come up a little bit. I think that if there's any players who need to play a little bit better, it would probably be their main tank, who he's definitely not doing a bad job by any means. But I feel like he's the position where if he levels up, he can start really putting his foot down against whatever the enemy team puts against him. PM Doggy is a good player who I think needs to play just a little bit better to really keep his team alive in the series. So I'm very excited to see if he can do that on our next map, which I believe will be a hybrid.
Yep, it's a hybrid map coming up next. Really quick, while the teams are getting prepped up here, we had some results coming in. And again, these all have playoff implications, so there's a ton to play for still for these teams. Galactic Penguins getting a 4-0 win over Amateur Professionals. That win actually for Galactic Penguins will put them in a spot where they will be receive a first round bye here in this playoffs here. The believe that locks them in at minimum in the 2nd seed, depending on the result of a Big Bang Buccaneers taking on Strix, which is ongoing as we speak as well, with Strix now sitting at a 2-1 deficit with Big Bang Buccaneers as well. Big Bang Buccaneers have locked a minimum number 2 seed with a couple of map wins over Strix. So still a lot to play for these teams as we move on through. We got Wildfire with a big 4-0 win over F972, puts Wildfire into the playoffs and sends F972 packing. Frostbloom is 2-1 over Chrysalis right now. Frostbloom playing for a 3rd seed. So it's a big one for Frostbloom. Oath is 2-1 over Firefight right now. Oath playing for big seeding implications, trying to move up to a 3rd seed in the playoffs here. A lot of people did not expect that after a 1-4 stage 1, coming in with moving up to 3 or potentially a 3rd seed. An impressive run for Oath for sure. Decapitator is sitting up 2-1 over Carnage right now. Doodles up 2-0 over Frost Nova as well. So lots of good, interesting results going on around Tranquility tonight. We'll continue to try to monitor things, keep you guys updated. And again, a lot of brackets still getting worked out as well. And Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies just finished off Nemesis 3-1 as well. The Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies then lock down the 3rd seed in the Harmony, that is the Harmony Indigo side, I believe. Yes, Harmony Indigo, 3rd seed is going to be Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies with that win over Nemesis. So lots of things going on right now, Ty. Tough to keep up with it, but right now we just got to focus on this one in front of us, and we're on Blizzard World.
Yeah, and I would like to say that in theory, I think Blizzard World is one of the worst Tracer maps in the game. Like, look, it's hard to find a map where Tracer's bad on. I'd say maybe King's Row, but still, Tracer's usually a very consistent pick. Blizzard World is one of her weaker maps, so it makes sense why Zeus would take us here. But at the same time, you're still mirroring the Tracer on your own side, so I'm not 100% sure why you would go with that pick, but let's see what they have in store for us.
Here we go now. M1A3 on the Tracer here. Gets hacked, or sorry, Hurag gets hacked out by Dragon there and is sent back towards the point. Not taken down there, however. Reef and PM Doggy both very low still as well, but both are going to stay alive for now as Tescu on the Tracer looking to get healed up and try to get back in there for Zeus, as both teams right now just in the feel out stage. Not really anything set in stone as of yet with this attack, but a rotation is ongoing.
Yeah, we saw a couple of hacks, a couple of pile drivers, but nothing super concrete to engage off of. They tried, they failed, but it's looking like potentially the engagement started. PM Doggy, I mentioned it earlier, found the 1st and 2nd kill.
All right, and there's it go right there. PM Doggy finds yet a 3rd kill there. PM Doggy hit a 4th. The Wrecking Ball play is outstanding from PM Doggy, sitting on 2 HP, and 2 HP is not quite enough with Tescu finishing them off, but Tescu finds their way back to the spawn room as well, and PM Doggy takes that one for Zeus, and 5 minutes going into point B, a great confidence booster for Zeus, exactly what they needed.
Yeah, PM Doggy-O with a great early performance. It's exactly what I think this team needed, and he's showing why it's so important. But Thanatos with the dink on Nekroski, no more Zenyatta, no more Trance. So here's some aggression coming out.
Maybe here we go right now. Thanatos is pushing in, or trying to get. Pardon me, I got a little bit crossed up there with some lag or something. I lost my video. My video is actually gone right now. Ty, you can take over for a minute.
Gladly. It's still just a little bit slow at the moment. Both teams posturing, trying to find something to make it work. It's an engagement from PM Doggy-O. He gets flashbanged. No minefield available for the main tank there. As really, you're waiting on this EMP to get a good engage. Transcendence used from Kroski, trying to keep the team alive, keep them punching up to the opponent's side. Nice flashbang, gets the kill onto Boopery. And that's a great first pick to get as well. No rally to worry about. Hureg keeps the fight going, and Tescu gets finally a little bit of revenge and sent back packing to the spawn doors. Our Zeus, I should say, Reckless Arcadia, keeping themselves alive on this defense. How you feeling, Mr. Yeti?
Well, it would help if I left my monitor turned on. I think that's my main problem right now. I'm back up currently, it looks like, however, and right now the point is being, or the cart is being held at the choke, but M1A3 finds a kill onto Tescu. Tescu taken down a couple times now early on here in the battle with M1A3. That is a good start here for, but a huge EMP almost negated by Boopery, but Reef follows up with a self-destruct, and that is going to put Zeus moving the cart forward here. Boopery heading back to the cart here to rally together with Zeus. They have the rally in their disposal as well, so I would expect Zeus to pop that here and continue the aggression. Here goes Boopery as she pops the rally and begins to press in and walk onto Reckless Arcadia. Deadeye now invested by Thanatos, brilliantly diffused there by Reef with that defensive matrix, but nonetheless, Tescu now in the back line, and Tescu again finds two, looking for a third, trying to win that Tracer duel with Dragon. Tescu going real deep to try to win that Tracer battle, does manage to get out with their life, however, and gotta love what Tescu was doing there. That was a fantastic play from Tescu.
Yeah, bold play pays off there from Tescu, and PM Doggy-O caught a little off guard, off kilter there from the rest of his team. Does have a decent flank route, but opts for a potential C9, I think, is what's going on down there.
All right. Very, very, an opportunity for a C9 taken away there. But here goes PM Doggy moving the cart a little bit. Oh, but there is awareness right there. So Erlen sends them back to the cart, but they get a couple kills now. And Zeus is in prime position here. Oh, but PM Doggy goes down there. Brilliant peel on the back line there from Arcadia. Going to prevent that from getting anywhere. Pulse bomb in from M1A3, not finding a target. And here comes the pile driver and the mines from Hureg. That puts Boopery in a tough, compromising position, but they will hold on as the mines are being negated out by Kroski there with the Transcendence. Transcendence return now from Sir Olin, and that means Arcadia can now walk into the core of Zeus, and they push in very quickly as Tescu finds two more, and Tescu continues to be a difference maker here for Arcadia on defense.
Shut down Tescu early in that fight, got the kill onto the Tracer. No capitalization there from Zeus, but more importantly, Sir Lin got the second Transcendence. That's the one you always want to win fights. But the fact that the Transcendence was invested then means that Dragon has a free EMP coming up this fight. As long as you do not get stunned out by a flashbang or brig bash, you are feeling very confident in this next fight.
Absolutely. Here come the proximity mines from PM Doggy onto the high and low ground over the cart. Looking for a really good opportunity right now for Zeus to try to close this thing out. Dragon with the EMP finds three there. Great EMP with this, but we see a stick now, pardon me, onto Wyfangian as M1A3 now on the Tracer, looking to return the favor a little bit. Deadeye now in for Thanatos, will take down Boopery as she goes back to the spawn room, and Thanatos finds another, taking M1A3 out. With 25 seconds left, they're going to have to try to get a quick reset, and it's going to be tough even then.
a backhand from Reckless Arcadia to send them back to spawn. Another backhand to specifically send Kroski back as well. This is obliteration and a half. Hureg does go down though, so there is a potential for recontest in the next 6 seconds.
I'm very curious to see what Tescu does with this proximity mine. Touch is going to come in, it looks like, here from the tank line. PM Doggy on Pulse Bomb finds Boopery again, and Tescu again, the absolute difference maker for Arcadia, once again comes through with a massive Pulse Bomb, taking down the supports. And that is just, it's just over, as Arcadia will close out here on point A, or point B, pardon me. Really fantastic play, and again continues from Tescu right now.
This just cannot get a fight in. Tescu and Thanatos are just suffocating them as hard as they possibly can. Hureg is doing a great job on the Wrecking Ball as well, but it's all these 2 DPS in the kill feed right now, and even though M1A3 and Dragon had their moments, and especially PM Doggy, it feels like the complete control is held by Arcadia at the moment. Even though they did get a good first cap, Zeus, it feels like they need to step it up. I think that if you can just play a little bit more peel-oriented to prevent Tescu from just killing your backline for free every fight, Boopery is doing a good job of that already. You just need one more player to help push that Tracer out of your backline and keep yourselves stable.
Really, really good work still from Arcadia. Right now, Zeus has to look to find a way to shut down Tescu. They've been unsuccessful so far. They're running a pretty good composition that should be able to shut them down a little bit, but it just hasn't really been working out. And it's continuing to be just a huge, huge dominating factor in this match, has been the DPS play overall of Arcadia. And I keep saying Tescu, we can't ignore how strong Thanatos has been all night tonight as well. And, you know, despite really just absolutely strong efforts from all that we're seeing from Zeus here, it's just Arcadia continues to clutch out these fights.
Tescu is absolutely the best Tracer in the lobby. We've seen some good stuff from M1A3, but pairing Tescu's sheer will to win the video game with Thanatos' flexibility and mechanics has been in a great duo to complement one another. And realistically, stylistically, they pair very, very well. And Hureg goes down early.
Hureg dropped very early by Dragon. Tough start for Arcadia with Dragon on the hack. Got to figure that that definitely helps against a Wrecking Ball, which relies pretty heavily on being able to do, you know, anything. And hack kind of negates that pretty quickly. And Thanatos does take down Kroski, though. Again, Kroski is just having a rough day right now with that DPS line absolutely all over them. But TM Doggy finds Hureg again. Hureg back on the ground now, which means tank control right now is in the hands of Zeus. With that frontline control, you got to figure they're in a good spot here. But Reef very low is going to be team mech. So all that worth nothing right now, as it looks like Reef out of the mech, PM Doggy out of the fight. And we see the aggression now from Arcadia as they take Boopery out, and there goes Reef as well. Astrozerg leading the charge. Wife Engine bites the dust as well, but Arcadia right now is in control on the point. Wrecking Ball comes in with the pile driver. EMP now in as well. Both tanks now for Arcadia on the ropes as the kills now start going red with M1A3 with the big stick and the finish off onto Astro Zerg trying to jump into the lake or jump into the river there. And tied, despite that one looking like it was going to go in Arcadia's favor, Zeus did a fantastic job holding that one on.
It's just so much power behind Reckless Arcadia that Zeus was able to nullify there with their own offensive potential, but they need some of that defense going on. As you said earlier, Kroski getting hard farmed. 2 minutes in, 53% on the Transcendence, 54 now. This Trance is farming so slow because Kroski is always dead. We need to see a little bit more peel from Reef, Boopery, potentially M1A3.
M1A3,
yeah, you're not feeling that. You're not peeling that.
All right, no peel can stop that. That's just a double kill for Tescu, finishing off both supports. And I think it's safe to say that this one is over here on point A here, Ty.
I mean, Thanatos did die, so it's potentially it's all Arcadia right now. And Tescu, what a player, man! He's playing at such a high level right now.
Absolutely, Tescu is playing at a level that I have not seen from a Tracer player in a while here on this very stream. So very impressive play from Tescu as we continuing to watch this one. And we see the rally now in from Boopri. They're looking to get aggressive here at the choke, and that is going to put Yfangin on the ground. But Kroski again taken down as Thanatos and Tescu appear to just really dislike Kroski based on everything I'm seeing right now. I think something, I don't know if Kroski insulted their mother or what it was, but Kroski is just having a bad day, and Thanatos and Tescu seem to have it personal.
I mean, right now you've heard of Feast of Famine. This is feast or more feast. They're just going for Zeniatas, ignoring their own Zenyatta, and this is just how you need to.
Hey, you know what? When you can, hey, you know what prevents a sticky from a pulse bomb? Just eating it. And Ree finally gets a pulse bomb off of Tescu there. PM Doggy leading the charge right now. Big swing into the core of Arcadia. They do manage to hold them off for now. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Zeus is far from out of this right now here, Ty.
Keeping their heads afloat. Thanatos and Dragon do have the most critical ult in the entire game. EMPs from both sides, and a trance versus a rally. Which one is truly better at keeping your team alive through a EMP? We're going to see that this fight at some point.
You see EMP for Dragon is on the table. Big EMP finds 4 as PM Doggy and Boopri quickly hit the ground. Transcendence from Kroski trying to keep the team alive, but they cannot as Hureg gets the finishing kill there onto Kroski as well. And that is a prime position right now for Arcadia to get that card going as Yfangin decides to clobber M1A3.
I mean, that's just a brutal punch. I mean, I don't know what it was about that specific whip shot that felt so impactful onto M1A3's face, but it definitely did. And a bonus of that last fight is Thanatos got the EMP off onto Dragon. Dragon still has the EMP. So you can easily get this Zenyatta kill!
Yfangin with one of the plays of the night there, negating Dragon's EMP, and that might just be all that they need to finish this one off as Tescu works their way through the back line again. Tescu just apparently hates support players because, my goodness, have they just been all over Zeus's backline here tonight. And Arcadia continues a relentless punishment of Boopri and Kroski, and the pulse bomb is eaten by Astro Zerg there, and Arcadia continues to just push through and close this one out. And Arcadia, dominant all day, will close this out and take the map here. Ty, what a performance overall from Arcadia tonight.
I mean, is there a fourth map? Because if so, I feel bad for Zeus. Like, that is just unrelenting force just pushed onto you by relentless Arcadia. It's relentless. They are not reckless Arcadia. They are relentless Arcadia with how they're playing right now. From Tescu just killing every player at every need. And then you got their main support who, you know, we haven't said the name much, but Yfangin gets just a Brig Bash randomly onto the EMP, canceling it out even. The reads have been on point. It's like they got a book on Greek gods, and they've just been studying up for the past few months, specifically for this matchup. They do not want to lose to Zeus. That's what it feels like.
Really good overall performance again from Reckless Arcadia. Absolute domination. A lot of people have been looking at this team as a potential spoiler for that top 4 that everybody's been talking about this season in Epizeux's Devil Dukes, Battalion, and Decapitators. And my goodness, they definitely look the part here with a really controlling performance from that DPS line. Tescu and Thanatos kind of making a bit of a statement tonight, and a really strong performance from both of them. My goodness, Ty, it was quite the night for all that whole DPS line. We still get one more map of it.
My goodness, that's just the icing on the cake, and there's going to be a cherry on top too. That's going to just be the second half of the second round. And out of all the maps we could go to, it's going to be Junkertown. I already said earlier, Blizzard World is a map which isn't super good for Tracer. This is another one of those. You normally see, like, you know, some double shield, some double sniper, maybe you'll see some Roadhog. I think that's perfectly viable as a main tank, but realistically, you can still just send your Tracer in there. Test Q, just have him kill the enemy team. It's also going to be good for Brig, which I'm sure Reckless, Arcadia are feeling good about.
No question about it here. We're taking a look around really quick as we get to Junkertown next. A couple of scores coming through out there. Big Bang Buccaneers taking a 3-1 win over Strix that puts Big Bang Buccaneers into one of the #1 seeds as well. We just saw Steel Team Spuds pick up a 4-0 over Redacted, locking in a 2nd seed for them as well. Taking a look as well. Oath takes a 3-1 victory over Firefight. That is an impressive run for Oath at this stage, going 2-1, at minimum locking up a 4th seed. They go from 1-4 in stage 1 to a team that will be receiving 2 lives in the playoffs, will be in the upper bracket in the playoffs. What an incredible run for Oath in stage 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's just unreasonable at times. And, you know, not many teams have listened to me. Not many teams have agreed to me and thought, you know, maybe the Roadhog main tank isn't such a bad idea. Maybe we can run it and make it work. Most of the time, people will just play the expected meta. You see Orisa, you see Sigma, you see Ben, Brig, Bap. Here we see the comp that is one of my favorites to watch. The scrap comp. Roadhog Sigma. Let's get it done, baby. Let's see some hooks going through.
Wow, awesome results. By the way, one more crazy result. Renegades just beat Quokka Queens 3-2.
Whoa.
That's a big upset, too. Lots of crazy stuff going on here in this final week. That's going to put Renegades, by the way, into a top 2 seed, I believe. I'm going to have to double-check all the numbers on that, but that's insane if Renegades beat Quokka Queens and took a top 2 seed in Discord tier. But here we go now, Dragon on this Hanzo as we push through this map. Crazy stuff going on right now on these scores. I'm watching that as this one is a bit settled, but I think still great Overwatch to come here for sure as Tescu now locks the Widowmaker. And we've seen Tescu on this Widowmaker in prior Tranquility seasons, as well as in the Widow 1v1 tournament. And they have a really, really good Widowmaker, Ty. A really good Widowmaker.
I mean, I definitely don't disagree with that statement, but wow, M1A3 at once, none of it immediately switches over to the Ashe. That's... what a shot.
What a crazy shot there. I am blown away, Ty. This is the final match of the night regardless. And it looks like Tescu is just ready to have a little bit of fun. M1A3 swaps the Widow duel, concedes that one to Tescu. And I'm just kind of enjoying watching this happen right now. And we'll see if Tescu can find another target here just in the kill feed. Thanatos right now sitting as well, looking for a target. And Hureg is hungry, it looks like. And you know, this is just, I'm not really sure what exactly is happening right now. I'm just kind of entertained watching everybody, watching these DPS for both these teams.
Yeah, so a fun fact, Thanatos actually got the first pick last fight onto Reef. This is the 2nd fight in a row. Reef has died first from Thanatos. So that's a common theme we're starting to watch here, and we need to see a little bit more peel go onto Reef. Bongo coming in, gonna help amplify this damage. Just barely missed the headshot.
What a play there. Hureg comes up with another hook there on the M1A3, sitting on that whole hog as well, and lets it loose onto the Orisa, and that is a tough spot for PM Doggy. Hureg disrespecting them with the look down, ulting the corpse as well. Hureg with an absolute statement right there onto PM Doggy. And Arcadia right now just kind of putting the foot down, and it's kind of painful.
Yeah, I mean, that's just pain on your poison. This is, I mean, you're not getting away with that, Hureg. I don't know what you're thinking. Just go back to your team.
Here we go, Reef now taking down Hureg, and Hureg was a menace there for just a little too long, but paid off really well for them. We see the lift isolating Jusser. Oh no. Reef taken out of the sky despite Wyfanjin being in a very compromising spot. It didn't matter. And a lift now for Astrozerg. 360 lift from Astrozerg as Thanatos finds 3. And Ty, we have lost all control over what is happening right now.
Yeah, there's no control. There's only reckless Arcadia, the relentless Arcadia, as I'm going to call them from now to the end of times. It's apparently they lost the fight. Didn't notice that. Zeus, pull it back.
We're all doing a great job paying attention to what's going on.
Look at 3 seconds and there's 3 kills in the feed, and they're all Zeus.
Zeus is in control for the moment here of the cart. 10 seconds to go. Dragon setting up here, trying to put some, and Hureg taken down on the way out the door. And it looks like Arcadia is going to relent here, and Zeus does manage to push this through with Dragon now on the sitting on the Widowmaker, but Tescu taken down by Kroski. Tescu, you know, what it comes down to is Kroski is probably just sick and tired of that stupid Tescu. And Kroski decided to take matters into their own hands, and I respect that. I respect that a lot.
I mean, Tescu is a little bit sick of the matters being taken away from them. They want it back, and on the Genji, no less. Switching over for a statement hero here, potentially. Interesting choice, as well as Dragon on the Widowmaker. I didn't even notice that until you brought it up a second ago.
Dragon on the Widowmaker, trying to answer some of the, you know, they probably feel a little disrespected right now, and I frankly can't blame them. But it looks like Arcadia is relenting right now. They're falling back, getting a full reset in as Reef continues to pile the pressure in through the stairwell. Little do they know nobody's there, but nonetheless, Reef piling the pressure on that nonetheless. And the high ground now being taken by Thanatos, but not able to push in. We see the Genji in from Tescu is completely neutralized by M1A3, and Dragon finds the head of Sir Olin as well. PM Doggy is taken down, but right now it looks like Zeus is in a bit of... may have spoke too soon. M1A3 eats one from Thanatos, but Zeus still in control of the cart as Dragon finds a couple more, and Zeus will push point through point B.
Yeah, Zeus starting to flex their muscle a little bit, waking up just a tad. M1A3 and Dragon on the Ash Widow respectively might have been the push they need to truly wake up, but it is Hureg back onto the Wrecking Ball, and Tescu switching over from the Genji. Not a fan of how that one went, but what a shot from Dragon.
Great shot from Dragon there, taking this one, and good situation now. Arcadia on the high ground, but they will get forced off, unfortunately, as Zeus continues to pile on the pressure here. Thanatos finds PM Doggy, but that being said, there's still far too much Zeus pressure on right now as Dragon taking some control on this Widowmaker right now. The lift in only finds the Mercy, who is going to immediately pop Valkyrie and get out of dodge. And we see the Bob now in from M1A3. The ultimate barrage coming in now from Zeus is going to be sufficient enough to claim some more cart progression here as that cart rounds the bend of the vault of Junkertown here. M1A3 applying pressure directly to the spawn, it looks like here. And that is going to allow Zeus to get very close to the end of point 3 here. And it's looking like a Zeus full pull right now, Ty.
Yeah, and this is really impressive considering the fact that they started out looking pretty in the red in terms of their potential to finish the map. Going in with potentially a time bank remaining is very, very good considering what was coming up before this. Dragon over to the Cassidy, trying to make some more brawly offensive potential happen, but PM Doggy completely split off. Natos gets that kill.
Thanatos does isolate out PM Doggy again, drops them here as well. Reef on the ground as well as Tescu back on the Tracer now, finds Kroski again, says hello. Did you forget about me? I don't think you have. And Astrozerg does take down Kroski nonetheless too as well. So that is going to be a last push now for Zeus here. But Ty, you know, you can't count out Zeus. They look good so far this map.
Yeah, they've looked a lot better as time has gone on. They do have the bongo, they do have the window, infinite power combo. That's a lot of offensive potential you can really get, but again, non-double shield comp. Wow.
That was PM Doggy with the bronze aim there for just a moment. But that being said, they are pushing forward right now, and it looks like an opportunity now as they get to the cart here. Dragon just barely with the touch. Bob now in and touching as well. So Bob going to contest this cart along with PM Doggy, but if you look, there's really nobody else there. Here comes the Lucio as well for Boopri, but Boopri, I hate to break it to you, it ain't gonna work out for you. We see the lift now, a desperation lift from Reef, but Reef does not connect and cannot get to the cart in time. Time Monster, a good push overall from Zeus, but just not enough.
Great push, honestly, considering how first point went. It felt like there was really no chance for Zeus for a second there, but they really pulled things back. Really impressed with them, with how they started to bring the momentum back into their own favor compared to Reckless Arcadia, or Reckless, sorry, who feel like they're getting a bit reckless with their play. You know, you don't need this map to win, but it's still nice to head into the playoffs with just that little bit of extra cushion. Maybe you're not trying to show off any strats, so you pull out something like the Genji just to have a little bit of fun. That's understandable. Just, I feel like they're not giving Zeus enough respect, and I feel like you still should probably want this map win.
Zeus is in a great spot here to potentially take a map win off of this one. And right now, Arcadia is in prime position to close this one out with a 4-0. And, you know, Ty, there's a certain hero that gets played a lot on this map compared to a lot of others. And it looks like right now that Arcadia might be pulling it out.
Yeah, Arcadia definitely with the match win in lock, but a potential pirate ship combo? Nope.
Oh, come on.
Tescu, come on. If you're gonna do a little bit of BM, at least play the El Classic.
Oh, no, they're going for the 4-0, it looks like. No silly games now from Arcadia as they look to finish this one off with a 4-0. We see already far into the back line, and going after the Widowmaker is
Dragon.
is Zeus. And I'm sorry, is Arcadia, and Dragon right now is absolutely defending for himself there, but great heals actually from Broski to hold off, keep Dragon up there. But the cart already progressing through the archway here, and Reef is healing for their backline very nicely and neutralizing Tescu there. That was a good play from Reef, actually, finally neutralizing Tescu on that Tracer.
Yeah, it's a good amount of peel to finally get rid of that thorn in your side. Less of a thorn, more of a railroad spike, but still, you finally got rid of it, and, you know, you do still have quite a few threats. Tescu now over to the Widowmaker, not opting for any flanks.
Right now, M1A3 on the Hanzo, applying some pressure there. Not able to connect with any targets quite yet there. Dragon, unfortunately for Dragon, taken down by the swing of Hureg as well. But the kills are starting to swing back in the favor of Zeus. A couple kills go their way for just a moment. Wyfangian, though, takes down PM Doggy. And Tescu getting in a bit of a duel here with M1A3, takes a brief moment aside to take down Kroski. Again, reminding Kroski of the night they've had so far. But Dragon finds Tescu, and Dragon says, that is my support. Please leave them alone. You have done enough to them.
I mean, it's one of those old concepts of Widowmaker 1v1s where you miss 20 shots on each other. One of the players looks to the side and is like, hang on, let me just get this kill real quick and then continue. And you get the one kill on your first shot, then you miss another 20 shots in the enemy Widowmaker. That's the kind of situation that just happened right there. But, I mean, coming into this next fight, you do feel good if you're Reckless Arcadia. You have control of the payload. Infrasight's up, lets you get your Sombra into a good position to see who needs to get EMP'd here. A very underrated combo, Infrasight EMP, that can cause a lot of havoc.
EMP there as the bomb goes up and over the top there, not connecting with anything though. And despite the EMP bomb, actually it does look like Arcadia is going to get pushed through. A really well executed combo with no kills, but it does cause enough chaos for the work being done there to net a fight win.
Yeah, that's just exactly what I was saying. Immediately does it. You know, sometimes I'm just Time Monster typical genius. I mean, that's just how it works sometimes. Good EMP from Thanatos, even though there was no bomb. Ooh, Dragon in a very good position.
Dragon looking in a really good spot here, trying to find any target here. Mine's committed there from Hureg, but PM Doggy does take down Tescu as well. And here we go right now, PM Doggy getting in a little bit of a battle with a Wrecking Ball. It doesn't really work out in his favor, but M1A3 takes down Wyfangian. And right now, Arcadia, despite getting a nice start here, is being held off by Zeus just a little bit on this point. And this is a really tough point to finish off if you don't have full constant presence on the card.
Yeah, the heels have been dug in now, and it's going to be hard for them to be moved past it. Recent comps, especially with the D.Va, can be pretty impenetrable, but, you know, sometimes if there's no Orisa barrier in your way, you can just kill the enemy with a maker.
Absolutely, and that's what we just ended up seeing there. So great work overall from
No one.
pardon me, great work overall there. Arcadia now pops, or Tescu now pops the Impresight, trying to find some kills. Cannot, and here comes Astrozerg trying to find Tescu, not able to finish them off as well. Thanatos on the cart, doing some work on the cart as well. Not able to get any hacks off, but the cart presence alone causes Zeus to panic a little bit, and they will lose a couple on that point. And Arcadia now is continuing the progression, and they will be able to complete this push through point B and open up the vault. They're going to have about 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here, Ty.
It's good peel that we're starting to see from Reef, canceling out an early dive from Thanatos, but you can't DM an 800-pound ball of metal coming straight for your faces. It was really good from Hureg to finish off the kill, and the synergy between the 3 divers in this team is immaculate. You see Hureg, Thanatos, and Tescu doing a lot of interchanging initiations followed up by the different players. Each one can engage, each one can follow up in a great way, and all 3 don't go in all at once. Super good here from those players.
Thanatos there, able to get out before they get taken down. Hureg now on this wrecking ball, not able to find any targets right now, but the damage, the pressure continues to be applied to Zeus here as they try to claim this high ground away, and it looks like Zeus is going to continue to have the high ground presence, but cart presence alone is keeping this cart moving forward here. Self-destruct invested from Reef, from Astrozerg, not finding anything on that one. And the high ground continues again to be in control of Zeus, but it doesn't matter. The cart keeps moving forward.
Yeah, there's no stopping it except for the fact that they aren't on the field.
Except when you fall out, when you get off the cart, it does stop.
Yeah, and also you play so aggressive that both of your supports die to the enemy divers, but,
Yeah.
you know, just a couple of small things that
Right.
you probably don't have to worry about.
No, nothing to worry about.
Not at all.
Not a problem at all. Zeus is going to apply pressure back here, send Astrozerg to the spawn room as well. M1A3 on this trace. They have an opportunity here to use a pulse bomb. Haven't used it quite yet. Looking for a target here. I mean, the pulse bomb war has been won by Tescu today, but I mean, I can't take away from M1A3 and Dragon. They've had a lot of great moments as well throughout the night too.
Well, absolutely, and I mean, I think that everybody here has definitely had some very good moments, except for Tescu, obviously. You know, imagine him having a good moment. I haven't seen one yet.
He hasn't played good tonight at all. Not one bit. Here comes the speaking of Tescu, here comes the you know, that was not maybe the best, not the best performance we've seen from Tescu so far. The EMP though from Thanatos will take down a couple there, but Dragon on this Cassidy is applying pressure back. And with 1 minute and 20 seconds right now, Ty, it looks like Zeus is in for the long haul here, desperately trying to hang on to this point.
Yeah, Tescu's got his backpack back on, ready to carry his team to victory. Back on the Tracer. Thanatos really does not want to put a backpack on themselves, goes on to the Genji.
We see Genji now in play for Thanatos. Maybe getting a little silly right now for... but yeah, as I say that, of course, they get a kill on the Reef. Pulse bomb in there, not finding a target, unfortunately, for M1A3. Dragon sitting on this Deadeye here, but immediately upon popping it, is just decimated by Arcadia. We see the mines now in from Hureg as well. And it looks like Zeus is on their back foot now, and unfortunately for Zeus, it looks like Arcadia is going to just very swiftly and very decisively take this one.
I'm never questioning a decision made by Thanatos ever again. He wants to play Genji all day. He can play Genji all day. He kills 3 people at the start of that fight. Why not? Stops the High Noon with a good dive from Tescu. Why not? You know, win the series off of a Genji with no blade, no Ana. You're playing BAP dive. I don't know what's going on anymore, but the Genji worked.
And Arcadia gets the job done here with a fantastic 4-0 win over Zeus tonight. Arcadia, with this win, locks down the number 5 seed in their side of the bracket. Number 6 seed will go into Zeus's hands as well, and their opponents for next stage are still yet to be determined. I'm sure you will be seeing a bracket out or seeding out very soon, guys. So stay tuned for that with certainty. You will see something here soon. fantastic night for Arcadia here overall. They needed to come out big, kind of a tough couple weeks for them up against two very good teams in Devil Dukes and Epizeuxis, and they coming out with a big 4-0. You gotta love that if you're sitting in the hands of Arcadia right now. Ty, I would ask for a player of the match, but I have a feeling I know what you're going to say.
Don't need to ask. I don't think it's a question that needs to be asked from anybody.
Nope.
It's Tescu. Lock it in. We could end the stream right now and nobody would care because we all know who the MVP is going to.
Exactly. But we're not going to end the stream quite yet, guys. We had a really great night here in Tranquility. Lots of matches are coming to conclusion all across Tranquility right now. And really some big scores overall. Some number one seeds settled in pretty much every single bracket as well. In the EU side, we saw Apollo lock down the number one seed in the playoffs here. Big win for them overall. Big Bang Buccaneers locked down a number one seed tonight, as well as Koala Kings in the Harmony tier NA. In the Discord tier, we saw Cosmic Castaways and Joey Esports lock down their number one seeds as well. SEAL Team Spuds and Renegades with an upset win over Quokka Queens, both locked down their number two seeds in that pool. So very interesting result there, no question about that. And moving over to the Transcendence here, Epizeuxis and Devil Deuce are not playing until Sunday, so we need to wait to see what happens there. But we did see Decapitators finish off Carnage 3-1 tonight, and that puts Decapitators undefeated moving into the playoffs and in the number one seed on their side of the bracket as well. Lots of crazy results, guys. I'm sure you're going to be watching the Discord with me and trying to figure out who sits where and where the people will be moving into the playoffs. Very exciting moments all across the pool. And I got to say, still, like, Renegades upset is really cool, Ty. I think we can all agree on that. Renegades over Quokka is really cool. But I still think my favorite story of this stage is just Oath. Like, Oath, 1 and 4, just the only reason they got into the B pool to begin with is because of the Drake situation, with Drake's being ejected from the tournament. They got into B pool because of it, and they made the most of it. And they have locked down a minimum of a 4 seed in this playoffs, and they might even lock down a 3rd seed, depending on how this other match goes. So right now, barring, it looks like the only team who could potentially pass them, I believe, is Oreo Fleet, but I'm not sure. I'd have to take a look at the numbers on that one. But Oath locks down a minimum of 4 seed. It's incredible, Ty. I'm blown away by what I'm seeing here tonight, all across Tranquility.
Mr. Yeti, I'm pondering my orb right now, considering the options when it comes to Oath, and it does appear I can see it in the distance. 2020, Washington Justice. They go on that incredible playoff run after sucking the whole season.
True.
Oath. I see them taking their place.
So Fenrir did win their match 3-1 over Oreo Fleet. That actually decides the results of that stage there, guys. I'm just saying that officially sets that stage. And the team, the biggest underdog in all of Discord tier, in my opinion, and that is Oath, emerges as the top group, or the top team in Orem B. They emerge with a 3rd seed because of that score. The run of Oath is, in my opinion, the storyline of the tournament right now. Incredible story right there, and you gotta love it. That's why we play the second stage, guys, and you get to see a story like that happen. Congratulations to Oath for locking down a 3rd seed.
Yeah, great play from Oath to go, 1 and 4, and then you win twice as many matches with 1 less match available to play is incredible. Like, or 2 less matches to play even in the second half of Tranquility to make a 3rd place seed. They would have made the elimination pool if it wasn't for that.
Exactly, they could have been at best a 9th seed.
At
best a 9th seed, and now they're a 3rd seed, double elimination side of the bracket. How amazing is that story? They're going to be going up against, probably in the first round here, it looks like, based on what I'm seeing here, I think they're playing Valkyrie in the first round, and Valkyrie's been going through all their problems right now. Oath is set to potentially make a run here right now, guys. This is insane what we're seeing from Oath.
This is the Justice run. I made the joke, I'm pondering my orb, but This is the Justice run. They got the position where they basically lucked into a situation where they can make the playoffs at a high position like the Justice, and now they have the option to just run train and beat everybody until the number 1 seed just stops them in their tracks because they have just the best players available. And that's the situation where it might come into, or Oath could just, out of nowhere, they're the best team in the world. They beat the San Francisco Shock at the Overwatch League 2022 Grand Final. Who knows?
An amazing night so far, guys. Check out the Discord, !Discord in the chat. Check it out, see what's going on. There's going to be brackets up. There's going to be people talking about the tournament all over the place. And again, also as a reminder, if you're interested in picking up some awesome Tranquility merch, much like this Koala King shirt representing the number 1 team in Harmony, or the number 1 seed in Harmony Pool, also Tranquility enamel pin, very, very nice. Go to shop.spreadshirt.com/OW Tranquility or !store in the chat. Pick up your Trank merch. Reminder, feature match tomorrow. Domination taking on Frost Surge. Beat drop after that. And then we get right to the playoffs with Bracketology Megacast on Monday. Tune in for that, guys. Thanks to Booth on the casting, or on the producing, and thanks obviously to Ty. I don't know what's different about you, man. It's just something about you.
Ooh,
I
I
can't.
forgot to mention I'm bald. Hi.
It was just a smooth broadcast. So you just did great, and there was never it's just you just never a hairy moment tonight. Never a hairy moment. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you, and we'll see you again tomorrow.